माह कृष्ण प्रतिपदा गुरुवार दिनांक 1 फेब्रुवारी 2018 चरक चिकित्सा स्थान अध्याय 19 सूत्र 14 ते 19 शंखं चक्रं जलौकान् ददमृतघटं चारुदोर्भिश्चतुर्भिः सूक्ष्मस्वच्छातिरुद्यांशुकपरिविलसन् मौलिमम्भोजनेत्रं कालाम्भोदोज्ज्वलाङ्गं कटितटविलसच्चारुपीताम्बराढ्यं वन्दे धन्वन्तरिं तं निखिलगगनप्रौढदावाग्निलीलम् प्रौढदावाग्निलीलम् ब्रह्मणो हि समारब्धा मात्रेयाद्येषु पूजिताम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् आयुर्वेदरतं वन्दे माधवाख्यं महागुरुम् आयुर्वेदामृतं सर्वं शिष्येभ्यो यः प्रदत्तवान् द्रष्टाज्ञानी दृष्टकर्मा कृतकर्मा तथैव च अध्यापको विषक्श्रेष्ठो महान् संशोधकस्तथा गुणैरेतैः समुदितैः यत्कार्यं प्रतनोद्धसः समृद्ध्यर्थं हि कार्यस्य वयं नु प्रयतामहे सरस्वत्यै नमो यस्याः प्रसादात् पुण्यकर्मभिः बुद्धिदर्पणसङ्क्रान्तं जगदध्यक्षमीक्षते आत्रेयं प्रथमं वन्दे आयुर्वेदजगद्गुरुम् आयुर्वेदामृतं सर्वं गृहीत्वा हि सुरेश्वरात् अग्निवेशादिकेभ्यो यत्प्रयच्छत् मुनिसत्तमः प्रथमं तन्त्रकर्तारम् अग्निवेशं नमाम्यहम्। अद्य गुरुवासरः माघ कृष्ण प्रतिपदा दिनांक 1 फेब्रुवारी 2018 चरक चिकित्सा स्थान अध्याय 19 सूत्र 14 ते 19 दोषाः सन्दिचिता यस्य विदिताः हारमूर्छिताः अतिसाराय कल्पन्ते भूयतस्तान् सम्प्रवर्ते न तु संग्रहणं नेयं पूर्वमामातिसारिणे विबध्यमानाः प्राग्दोषाः जनयन्त्यामयान् बहु दण्डकालसकाद्मानग्रहण्यर्षो गदांस्तथा शोतपाण्ड्वामयप्रियः पुष्टगुल्मोदरज्वलान् तस्मादुपेक्षेत उत्क्लिष्टान् वर्तमानान् स्वयं मलान् कृच्छ्रं वा वहतान् दद्यात् अभयां सम्प्रवर्तिनि। तर्हि अतिसारस्य सामावस्थायां संग्रहणं न कार्यम् एतादृशं तत्र सूत्रं वर्तते। दोषाः यदि बहिर्गमनशीलाः भवेयुः बहिर्गमनोत्सुकाः वा तदा न तेषां तत्र प्रतिरोधः कार्यः अपि तु यदि तत्र सविबद्धा प्रवृत्तिः स्यात् तर्हि अभया तत्र दातव्या तया प्रवाहिते दोषे प्रशाम्यत्युदरामयः। When the doshas are expelled out, then the udaramaya subsides on its own. So this is very important because the whole world is now behind symptomatic relief. Conventional medicine has given rise to a very different concept. Actually, this is not actually the conventional medicine, this is the pharmacy that is forcing people for these kinds of things. And because there is a misconception that symptomatic relief is treatment or something like that, one feels that once the symptoms are taken care, then the disease is also taken care. It is not so. So there is a tendency even in common man that if somebody gets loose motions due to indigestion, he doesn't care about the indigestion. He wants to stop the loose motions immediately. And there are varieties of medicines available in the market. Etroiform is one of the very popular drugs. So people go and buy Etroiform from the medical stores, take 1 or 2 doses, and it neither kills those germs according to conventional medicine. It's neither a treatment from Ayurvedic perspective nor a treatment in a conventional medicine perspective. In conventional medicine, even if it is due to some infection, it has to be dealt with properly with proper course of antibiotics. I had a discussion with allopathic doctor, and he said we are very scientific, and antibiotic is the real treatment in this. We have to take care of that microorganism, and antibiotic takes care of that. I said that's fine. Only thing is from where does the infection come? See, naturally, it is from outside. Ones who are eating out, maybe restaurants on roads, etc., etc., they get infection. The water is polluted, the food is contaminated. Then I asked, how many people do you ask about the reason whether the person had an exposure to outside food? He was mum. Nobody bothers to ask about the causative factor even in conventional medicine. And is antibiotic the only way to handle the situation? We have our immune system, and if we provoke that immune system, allow that immune system to work, that should also be capable of taking care of the infection. Why there are WBCs and other things in the body, and there is phagocytosis, etc., etc. So we have been learning about this since our childhood at practical level. As long as the infection is prohibited or infectious disease is prohibited by our immune system, we are just neglecting it. And once it produces a disease, instead of emphasizing on immunity system, we go for antibiotics, and that too in like inadequate dose, improper quantity, etc., etc. And that is why the microorganisms get inoculations of these antibiotics. And they become stronger. Their next generations become more strong, and they become resistant to that particular antibiotic. And this cycle is going on for many, many years. WHO has already warned that India will not respond to any antibiotic after 2020. So 2020 is not very far from here. Again, there will be epidemics, and people will start dying with diseases like swine flu and other diseases, infectious diseases. So the basic problem is associated with the immune system as such. And instead of rebuilding our immune system, instead of strengthening our building immune system, we just want to go either for symptomatic relief. So there are certain medicines in allopathy which reduce the peristalsis movement. This is very common. So people go and have that medicine. Even if they go for proper antibiotic, they have to take it in full dose. And where allopathy says that one should not eat light food, there is a misconception that when you are taking antibiotic, you have to eat or something like that, even more even when you are not hungry or something like that. Why should it be like that? Even a low dose antibiotic or lower strength antibiotic may work if you allow your immune system to work, if you allow the AGNI to work for you or something like that. So if you reduce the load on the AGNI, which is Channa, which is covered by this armor, Allow it to digest that armor. It will have its own strength, and then it will digest the food material, the remaining food material, or the doshas, sama doshas particularly, and that will subside on its own. The disease will subside on its own. So the basic concept of Langana or Upeksha, of maybe Chardi or maybe of Atisara, Upeksha is also a medicine or something like that. And this is not understood. Whenever we have some symptom, we try to get rid of the symptom and not really the rid of the disease itself, which is the cause for the symptom. As I was explaining last time, तथाविध दोष दुष्ट समूर्छना विशेषो ज्वरादि रूपो व्याधि तत्कार्याश्चारुच्छादयः. So that kind of dosha dushya samurchana leads to a particular disease, and as an effect of the disease, the symptoms get expressed. So getting rid of symptoms only and not dealing with the disease is like you have a signal, you ignore the signal, or you put it green even though it is supposed to be red, and assume that everything is all right and we should go ahead. What will happen? There will be accident. That's all. So we need to honor the signal. The signal is for not taking food for langana or something like that. Obey that till it becomes green on its own when the Agni is lit and armor is digested. It will turn green. And then you start with light food and you return to normal food by samsarjan karma, doing samsarjan karma. So today what is happening really, neither the infection in conventional medicine is taken care through environment, through immune system or something like that. Nor do we think of this Agni and Pachana and Langhana and maybe Pravahana of doshas or something like that. So neither system is followed, neither Ayurveda nor allopathy or something like that. And these are two very different perspectives. Ayurveda is looking at it from Agni and its Bala, and in comparison to that, the food material that is taken and what kind of food material has been taken, etc., etc., leading to Atisara or something like that. And we should honor the Agni, we should have Langan Pachan and maybe Anulomana with Abhaya. तया प्रवाहिते दोषे प्रशाम्यत्युदरामया जायते देहलुगता जाठराग्निश्च. So there are so many benefits of Langana alone. So and the shodhana of this kind of thing when the doshas are themselves going up. Now this is a welcome situation, that there is sandhichitatva of the dosha, there is accumulation of doshas, and they want to go out by themselves. So honor that. Why should we try to stop their outgoing and create havocs in the form of Dandakala, Sakatmana, Grahani, Arsha, Shota, Pandvamaya, Pliha, Kushta, Gulma, Udara, and Jwara. So these are varieties of diseases arising from holding of these doshas, not allowing them to go out. And this is a total misconception that we need to get rid of the symptom. We need to get rid of the disease itself and not actually the symptom. Now I am writing articles in Sakar. Recently there was an article on Vaidika Vishwa Ek Vihangama something like that is the series that I have started. and started with now the recent article is on diabetes. I was writing on Swasthavaruta in first two articles, and there was a demand that I should write on diseases directly. So this article I have dedicated to diabetes and such. And Ayurvedic view or perspective of diabetes and how people are looking only after the blood sugar level, even ignoring the symptoms of diabetes or something like that. And this is all done by conventional medicine. And they show the results in two ways, particularly pharmacies. One thing is the symptom is relieved, and secondly, there are improvement in the pathological or other parameters, so to say. And then people are mesmerized that everything is all right. Conventional medicine has provided them health. They have cured the disease or something like that, which is not the fact in reality. Say, for example, somebody is suffering from fever and takes aspirin or crocin or something like that. It has antipyretic activity, it has analgesic activity. So symptoms are relieved, temperature comes down. So by instrument also it is proven that it was 101, 102 degrees Fahrenheit and now it is 97 or something like that. So there is no temperature, there is no fever. And there is, since there is Svedana or something like that, analgesic effect, patient feels better or something. Now, is this a treatment in conventional medicine? No. Even they say that actual treatment will be to deal with the infection. So either the body has to fight with the infection or the microorganisms and get rid of the infection, or we have to use antibiotics. Then antibiotic is the treatment. This is not a treatment. This is just symptomatic relief. Unfortunately, people understand it as a treatment aspect or something like that. Now, this can be achieved even by just langana. Langanam Svedanam Kalaha Yavagustikta Porasaha. So these are doing dosha pachana, allowing the Agni to digest the armor and also relieve you from body ache and other things. It will take its own time. It's not that you take a pill and you get relieved. It will take its own time. But that is fine. We should allow the body mechanism to work for it. Ultimately, it is our body and we should protect it. It is our responsibility to honor it, to protect it, or something like that. Unfortunately, it's like making our own body a battlefield, and microorganism and the antibiotics, these fight with each other, making our body a battlefield. And wherever the battle occurs, the battlefield definitely gets destroyed. That is why there is increasing resistance for antibiotics and many allopathic drugs, analgesics, etc., in Western world. Because now they understand that this doesn't cure and this has so many side effects or something like that. So basically, we have our own capacity to heal. The body is really miraculous, and what God has created is really very helpful. There are natural instincts. And I learned that if the cows have temperature, they stop eating. That's a natural instinct. They don't eat, something like that. And then he said, if the cow has not eaten, then she might be having fever. This will subside on its own. We see the cats vomiting. They eat durva and vomit it out or something like that. Whenever they have ajina or something. So these are natural instincts, and other animals do follow it. Only the human being has become a superhero to govern the whole universe and act as per his wish or something like that. So that has created problem, and it is the greed of some people, pharmaceutical industry, etc., etc., that has led to this, or the corporate sector, as I have been emphasizing upon. Corporate sector is established only for profit. We have dharma, artha, kama, moksha, chaturveda purusharthas. And truly speaking, the artha and kama should be under control of dharma only. अतिसाराच्या स्तंभनातून उत्पन्न झालेल्या व्याधीमध्ये अतिसाराची चिकित्सा करावी का? If atisara persists, then you can go for atisara treatment. कश्चिदि रोगो रोगस्य हेतुर्भूत्वा प्रशाम्यति न प्रशाम्यति चाप्यन्यो हेतुत्वं कुरुतेऽपि च. So if it continues, you do atisara chikitsa. If it doesn't continue, you may have to treat the current disease, but maybe you use pachana from atisara. Now in Grahani Adhyay, we had these sutras that Ghoramavishan Chatat, that Ghora Amavisha, when it becomes samsrukta, samsrujyamanam pitteva, samsrujyaman with pitta, then it creates pitta vikar. When it gets associated with kapha, it creates kapha vikar. When it gets associated with vata, it creates vata vikar. And like that, Mutrajan Mutra Sangatam, when it gets associated with Mutra, then it creates Prameha, etc. Mutra Vikar. So basically, Arsha, Atisara, Grahani, these are all associated with Agni. And they can be a cause for each other if not treated properly. And not only that, they can be a cause of varieties of diseases, other diseases like Kushta, Pandvamaya, and what list has been given. Dandakalasaka, Pliha, Udara, like that. Udara is also associated with Agni. Now, this Grahani, Udara, and then Atisara, these are mainly associated with Mahasrotas. Annava, Mutrava, Purishava, Udakava. These are more main. Annava and Udakava are the entry points, and Mutrava and Purishava are the exit points for that. And if we understand them properly and give proper treatment, then that is fine. So, we may have to use Pachana from these diseases for varieties of other diseases. May it be Prameha, may it be Pandu, may it be Udara, may it be Kushta or something like that. If we really understand that the original disease is Atisara, Grahani, Ajirna. Ajirna may be the most important disease in this scenario. And we should have these pachakas. Dhanya Panchaka I am trying to use now in varieties of cases as such. That is simple yoga. But like that Chitrakadivati or Shankavati to certain extent, and Lavan Bhaskar, etc., etc. Lavan Bhaskar, etc. are being used. But truly speaking, we need to go for the yogas given in these diseases for digestion of that armor from where it has originated. So the diagnosis might be prameha or diabetes, but it has started from Grahani, it has started from Atisara or something. And you take care of that Atisara or Grahani with particular Pachana Dravya. And gradually the prameha will be taken care. This may require some time, that is another issue or something like that. There is a big difference on the action level of Ayurvedic medicines and allopathic medicines as such. Many times allopathic medicines are Vishadravyas, so they act like Vivai Vikasi, directly reaching the heart and reaching the whole body and tissue level or something like that. That is why there are miraculous results with steroids, particularly. In Amavata, you have one pill of steroid and your joints are relieved, no pain, no swelling, everything disappears. Patient feels as if nothing has happened. When the effect is gone again, they get swollen or something like that. So this is bypassing the digestive tract. Without getting into the digestive tract and following the process of Jataragni, Dhatvagni, Bhutagni, it reaches directly to Dhatvagni or Bhutagni or something like that. And relieves pain, relieves swelling, etc. etc. Now this is due to this Vyavai Vikasi property of the poison, because these are all poisonous drugs and poison has this capacity or something. No, we also use poisons. Bachanag is poison, or Vatsanada. And there are somal and other arsenic, etc. There are so many other poisons, might be from plant origin or ores in the form of mercury and other things. So with the addition of Rasa Shastra, we also have an array of varieties of poisonous drugs, but detoxified, and only this Vivai Vikasi Pachana, these activities are used, instantaneous effect is used. So if we use them properly, then we'll also have the same kinds of effect, immediate symptomatic relief, that is one thing. And if we are following the Ayurvedic way of digestion and other thing, we are doing Langana, doing some Sarajana Karma, then even the disease is taken care, so that is perfect. So only thing is which medicines to be used where and what quantity, and Langana to what extent should we extend or something like that. And how to keep strength. That is another big important issue. With Langana, if the body strength is already not there, body is always already weak or something like that, or there is no Dhatu Bala, Langana may create further Balakshaya or something like that. As long as it is the Ama Daurbalya, Langana takes care of it, and that's fine. One regains strength after Langana. But if the Dhatu Bala is also very less, and Agni Bala is also less, it is taking too much time for digestion, and the body is not able to sustain. These are very common examples in our day-to-day practice. Whenever I am trying to treat a cancer patient, we have to look for varieties of things. Basic thing is the bala of the Agni, the bala of the body. So when I switch over the patient to only milk diet and the patient starts consuming 2 liters of milk, then it's understood that Agni bala is good. He regains strength. Whatever Dandana Pachana has to be done, that is done and he regains strength. But when this doesn't happen and the milk doesn't go even beyond 500 ml, and he is only on milk or something like that, it might be possible that he has aversion for milk, he doesn't like milk or something like that, he doesn't tolerate milk. Then what to do? If the Agni is still better, we can go with, or the milk is not available or something like that, we can go with milk and rice, milk and roti. But even with 500 ml of milk, it doesn't is not able to digest it properly. The Agni is not having capacity to digest more than that milk. Then it is to be understood that this is a very difficult situation. Agni bala is less, Deha bala is less, Dosha bala is more, and symptoms are already there. Widespread of the disease, advanced stage, etc., etc. So to tackle these conditions is really very troublesome, and there are more people in this category now, or something like that. We should have at least some time to rebuild the Agni. We can start with Deepana concept. We can start with the one Pepali or something like that. And let the Agni increase so as to take care of the armor. This is not a very good way, but there is no alternative. If the Agni is strong enough and we give Langana Pachana and it start digesting whatever is there and becomes stronger, that is fine. But if it does not digest whatever is there or something like that, then Deepana is the way out. And in that scenario, we may start with Deepana Dravyas. Maybe Gurta, Dadimadi Gurta. I have tried to use Vardhaman Pippali Rasayan, Dadimadi Gurta, Navajivan Ras, etc. etc. So, some other medicines like that. If it works, that is fine. But if it doesn't work, then it's a very difficult situation. But anyway, this can be true for any disease. This is not only for cancer or Atisar or Grahani or any other disease, or Prameya or something like that. Ultimately, this is all linked together. If we really understand the concept of Pachana, in general, in a normal case or something like that, and how deviation occurs and how there is formation of armor, how doshas become sama, and how do they cause diseases. And the disease, if remains uh, untreated or not treated properly, gives rise to another disease, then again, conventional medicine will have symptomatic relief for that disease. Again, they don't want to go into the root cause of that disease. So whether it is kidney failure, whether it is diabetes, whether it is cancer, whether it is anything else, we need to understand the condition properly, the Agni properly, the previous diseases. So my opinion is to look for the previous disease. Maybe we can trace about Ajirana. There was one case, Nilangerkar Maharaj used Lavan Bhaskar. It was a case of diabetes, according to patient. He had come for sugar problem. And Nilangerkar Maharaj used Lavan Bhaskar. and the patient was relieved and sugar level dropped down, came to normal. So collector sir asked him, how do you use Lavan Bhaskar in diabetes? He said, my Nidan was Ajirna. I didn't look for diabetes at all. So I treated Ajirna and diabetes got treated on its own. There was no need. Yesterday only I was talking in my clinic when today's symptomatic diseases, so to say, the symptoms in the form of pathological investigations or radiological investigations. And these are either taken as symptoms, these are either taken or taken as diseases in conventional medicine. So diabetes and prameha, these might be two diseases or something like that. If they match with each other, then we have Ayurvedic symptoms associated with diabetes patient. Treat them on the lines of Ayurveda for prameha, and he will get cured, and even the sugar level will drop down. But if there is a mismatch, and we don't have prameha, we have only diabetes or something like that. Then how to deal with this? Now this is a common problem for varieties of diseases. How to treat blood pressure in Ayurveda or something like that. How to treat thyroidism in Ayurveda. So if we have resemblance with some disease in Ayurveda, that is fine. We can definitely go in for that and treat it, and you become all right. But if there is no resemblance, then we may try to put the samprapti of that particular symptom or disease, whatever it may be. So hepatitis B positive, whether we should call it as a symptom or a disease or a cause, because there is no manifestation of symptoms in varieties of patients. And they come with a report that the report shows that it is hepatitis B positive. The viral load is like this, and there is a risk of getting ascites and liver cancer. So how to avoid that risk? Conventional medicine doesn't have anything to offer. It may just provide antiviral treatment. And apparently at that time, there is no symptom as such. When there is no symptom, when there is no rupa at all or something like that. So व्याधे अशेष विशेषेण स्वरूपमेव न ज्ञायते. If there is no rupas, there are no spashta lakshanas, then disease itself is not really understood or something. But conventional medicine, as per its thought process, investigations and other things, emphasizes that this is dangerous, this can lead to cancer, this can lead to ascites. So that has to be dealt with. How to deal with, they don't have any answers. But they just make people aware. And then people start wondering here and there what can be done or something like that. So I think what we need to do is diagnosis in conventional medicine, diagnosis in Ayurveda, if they match either any of the disease, the diagnosis in conventional medicine is diabetes and it matches with our diagnosis in Ajirna, fine. we don't have any problem. We treat Ajirna only or something like If it really matches with Prameha, then that is fine, we can go for Prameha Chikitsa. Otherwise, what we have to do is to understand that entity as such. I have delivered one lecture on hypertension long back while talking in the morning. So, like that, therein I emphasized on three factors. Understanding hypertension in allopathic perspective is one is to look for three factors actually: the blood vessels, the flow, blood which is flowing through that blood vessel, and the force that is Vayu or something like that. So if we consider these three components, then we'll be able to understand hypertension or blood pressure in general, and then hypotension or something like that, and how to deal with that. What might be the causes for this at the blood vessel level, at the rakta level, at the Vayu level, and how to deal with them. So, like that, if they have hepatitis B positive, hepatitis C positive, or HIV positive, or these gallstones are present in gallbladder, not causing any disturbance, but they are there. So there are cysts in ovary, PCOD, there are cysts in kidney, there are cysts in liver, and so on. There are varieties of diseases which may not have any symptoms, and these are considered as diseases in conventional medicine. And as such, they may not have any answer to those conditions because they don't want to understand the real causative factor behind that. Our system is really very good, which reaches the root cause. The root cause is Agni, the Ahara, psychological aspects, etc., etc. And hampering digestion that further leads to varieties of diseases. And there can be a curative step taken by the body, taken by nature to expel the doshas out. And like in Atisara or Charvi. And even in Prameha, Prabhuta Avila Mutrata, this is a reactionary thing. So body wants to get rid of the excessive clay in the body. And Mutrasya Kledavahanam. So Kledavahan is the function of the Mutra, so it tries to expel it out. That is why there is symptom Prabhuta Avila Mutrata. We need to take care of that kledha. So you emphasize on Vyayama, you emphasize on drinking less water and take care of Agni and you take care of the kledha. Kledha is gone. Mutra, there is no responsibility for the Mutra to carry it out. So diabetes gets settled or something like that. So basically, we need to understand what's happening at what level, and digestive level or Dhatharagni level is most important in this aspect. Few days back, I have treated one patient for Vata Rakta. She had generalized show for and multiple joint pain. We did Vireshana and Basti and continued with Shamana medicine. Meanwhile, her thyroid, BP, and cholesterol became normal and withdrawal all the tablets for the same. Yeah, this is true for any patient. So, conventional medicine is trying to take care of the symptoms, and as I said, their medicines go directly to dhatus and with Vivai Vikasi property, poisonous things, and try to relieve the symptoms over there. Maybe pathological symptoms like thyroidism and other things, etc. etc. and people are happy that the thyroid level has come down with that pill, and that's fine. So this is taken care, and they have perfect treatment. Truly speaking, this is not the case. As in this particular case, when you try to treat the vata, the rakta, etc., everything will get set right, get set. It will become appropriate or proper. So the thyroid and other things, as I said, maybe we talk about BP, cholesterol, etc., etc. So try to understand it as allopathic perspective, but interpret it on the basis of Ayurveda, Agni, Bala, and other things, etc., etc. And start with Langan Pachana. Basic treatment is Langan Pachana. And if you do it properly, then everything is taken care at dhatu level. So, Rasashastra medicines might be useful for acute conditions and for giving symptomatic relief instantaneously. Even with herbs, you can achieve that, then you have to be perfect in your diagnosis and other things. And anyway, whether you use herbs or you use Rasashastra medicines, you have to honor the Agni. There is no escapism for that. There is no alternative for that. So Langana Pachana would be the main line of treatment. And if the doshas are getting out on their own, allow them to go out. Why should we try to stop them just to have so-called symptomatic relief or something like that? But the tendency of the society, the tendency of the doctors have to be changed like that. If at all we want to have an integrated approach, the principles of Ayurveda should be applied in every patient, whether you want to go for some medicine or not. Even we are going antibiotic for say Atisara or something like that. Even then, the principles of Agni, etc., need to be followed in Ayurvedic perspective. Instead of going for allopathy, you go for Ayurveda, that is also fine. But the whole world is following allopathy. If we are able to guide the principles of Ayurveda to the whole society, and if they start following it, society will be saved at large. So we need to emphasize on these facts as such. Datu Sangrahanam Deyam Purvam Amatisarani. So in Amatisara, initially no Sangrahana, no Sangraha or Grahi and दुसरं कुठलं आहे ते स्तंभन. Now these are loosely used terms. When in Bhav Prakash or Yogatnakara, they become more cautious about using the terms. And Stambhana is really here instead of Sangrahana, it should be Stambhana or something like that. So one has to take care of dealing with the Agni, doing Langana and Pachana. So Pramathyam Madhya Doshanam Dadyat Deepana Pachana. In Madhya Dosha, the Pramatya should be given with his Deepana Pachana or something like that. Langanam cha Alpadoshanam Prashasta Matisaya. And in Alpadosha, Langana is Prashasta. So Pramatya is a food material. Now we observe three kinds of things. One is only ahara being used as food. So Jwaragno Jwarasatmyatpat Peyaha. So Peya itself is Jwaragna. And Jwarasatmya or something like that. If we have Peya with fortified with medicines, Vastiparshvasharushili Vagrigokshara Sadhata, then that is Aushadhi Siddha Peya. So that is second step, like this Pramatya over here in Atisara. And third step is only medicine. And maybe fourth step, we go surpass herbs and go for minerals, herbo mineral preparations like that. Rasa Shastra medicines. So basically, we start with diet. Venimada Shastra used to say that the most accustomed is the food for the whole body. Say if you alter the food, change it to lagu, anna, peya, etc., then still it is anna. So it works like medicine, and you get relieved. If you want to go one step further, then there are Ashtavimshati Yavagus described by Charaka himself in second chapter. Mhm. Or there are so many payas and Yavagus, etc., in varieties of diseases. So Aushadha Siddha Ahara Kalpana, that is second step. And then it might just be medicine that is to be used in a particular stage for a particular disease or something like that. So for Alpadosha, Langhana is sufficient. Nothing else is required. Madhyadosha and maybe the body strength is also less, then Pramatya Deepana Bachani. Bachana and Deepani. Pramatya should be used. So we'll be coming to that concept, Pramatya concept later. Now, for Jwara it is the Peya, for Atisara it is the Pramatya. In some other disease it might be the Yusha or something like that. So this again varies from disease to disease. So what is more appropriate for that particular disease, that is to be understood and that is to be implemented. So the ajirna or agnimandya leading to ajirna will be different in different cases if we really understand the underlying disease, whether it is ajirna, whether it is grani, whether it is atisara, whether it is arsha, and not treated properly. You have to get the pachakas from those particular diseases and use them in the upadravas of those diseases in the form of maybe adhana, grahani, shotha, pandvamaya, kushta, pliha, udara. So one will be wondering that even kushta is generated with this, and we may just not go for only Raktapachak or something like that, but also for this medicine like Arogyavardhini, which is mainly for Kushta, but also has very good effect in digestive system. So Durdharshakshut Pravardhini, it creates appetite, Arogyavardhini. Malanulomini, it is Malanulomini, Pathya, and so Hitakaraka or something like that. Apatarpan kind of medicine, completely apatarpan kind of medicine. So we may try to use these varieties of drugs and properly in particular conditions. And if you treat the original disease properly, the other things are taken care of, and you need not bother for them. So the symptomatic relief medicines used by allopathy for thyroidism or PCOD or for blood pressure, etc., may not have any role further if we treat this ama and sortarodha and other thing, etc. So this is most important sutra. These are most important sutra, and we need to understand what Ayurveda is thinking about, what conventional medicine thinks about, and how there is a mismatch, and how to deal with today's patients on the basis of Ayurvedic lines in this, and how we can take care of varieties of diseases, varieties of symptoms which are treated only symptomatically in conventional medicine, and we go to the root cause and correct them properly or something like that. So anyway, we'll deal with the tika tomorrow. I just want to remind about our program in Konkan, 26th, 27th, and 28th of February. These are Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So outside students should come for a stay on Sunday night. We'll start early morning in the on Monday and return by evening or late evening, may we say. And people can travel at night, but better to travel next day, Thursday morning. That's a better thing to do. So I want to know the exact number because we have to arrange for everything, stay, food, and other things. So let me know, and maybe Sushrit will be arriving on Sunday. You can post him on WhatsApp now. That is possible. He's in Abu Dhabi, but he has an access to WhatsApp, so you can WhatsApp him that you are coming and when you will be arriving in Pune. So Sunday night is preferred, of course. Those who are residing in Pune, they don't have any problem. They will join in the morning. But those who are coming from outside, they should reach here by Sunday evening, and that should be fine. So it's going to be a very good trip as such, and also we have discussions. And then I was talking in my clinic day before yesterday that this should be a vrata. Reading Charaka, understanding Charaka or original text is like a vrata. It has to be followed for the whole life. There should not be absences from this for no reason. Only reason is laziness in getting up in the morning. So if you really understand the importance of this learning and the facility that we are having through internet and other things, one should never miss these readings, lectures, and only those may continue with GSVC group. When I want to build a big work ahead or something like that, I need dedicated people. If possible, I will do something. Otherwise, I don't do. I don't want these people with me. So be sure that you want to be dedicated for this work, for this study, and then you can come to Kopan. That is my opinion right now. So be aware of the responsibility that you have to bear, and then you can join hands for JSVC, or let the JSVC group be a small group but dedicated group working really fully for the cause of Ayurveda. So you decide, and you also convey about that you want to continue as JSVC member or not. That should be clear. And secondly, those who want to join GSVC wholeheartedly should only continue in the clinic, in my clinic particularly. Others people may quit. I don't mind for that. So if you don't understand the importance of learning and other things, there is no place for you. So be aware of these things. So those who are dedicated to this learning and to work, to the work that I may ask you to do, will continue with JSVC group and with my clinic. So may everybody tell me directly or may convey it to social. That should be fine. So we conclude today and continue tomorrow. आयुर्वेदः प्रकाण्डो निगदितैः हि शल्यतन्त्रप्रधानः शिष्येभ्यः शाश्वतोऽयं निखिलजनकृपा व्याप्तचित्तेन येन आयुर्वेदस्य वाञ्छन् पुनरपि भुवने तां च सुष्ठु प्रतिष्ठां श्रेष्ठं धन्वन्तरिं तं प्रणमति च सदा वैद्यवर्गो हि नूनम् वैद्यवर्गो हि नूनम् विरम्यते व्याख्यानव्यापारात् श्वः पुनः